So I want to ask about the last two Super Bowls. So let's talk about the first one because I think they were Jay-Z has control of the Super Bowl. People say
Right.
he doesn't. That he just, there's a board that controls him.
Right. It's
Yeah.
Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So the first one was the Kendrick Super Bowl.
Right.
Many felt like he was standing on business, not capitulating to corporate needs, right? He didn't perform any of the songs from his previous catalog, only did GNX. What were your thoughts about that Super Bowl?
I thought it was weird. See, I didn't know what kind of statement he thought he was making and all of this type of shit. I felt like it was too much surrounded around Drake. I feel like if you do the Super Bowl, that's when it's supposed to be a celebration of you and all the shit that got you there. And you're supposed to do your hits, not just your latest, whatever the you got going on type of shit. And that's what that seemed like to me. The A minor chain and just all the little shenanigans he was going on. Now, you say that he was not going to fold to corporate by not doing it. I mean, to me, that was a stupid hill to die on because at the end of the day, it's about your fans. Like, your fans wanted to see you do those songs too. They didn't want to just see, Serena Williams come out and crip walk. Oh shit, he brought out Drake's. Who gives a fuck? Like, I want to hear the shit that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That you're known for. Because, first of all, I'm not the biggest Kendrick Lamar fan either. Like, he's dope. But I feel like, if he came out in my era, he'd have just been Kendrick Lamar. He wouldn't have been like top 3 rappers in the world type of shit. Like, but,
Do you think his legacy is too anchored in Drake now after the battle? Like, it's like there'll always be linked like Magic and Bird or something?
Well, not necessarily. You know why? Because we live in a society that's very forgetful. 2 weeks after something, that lasted longer than 2 weeks. But usually it's a 2-week time span of some shit to be hot before it cools down and people even fucking forget that the shit happened. So I don't know if we're living in a time, anymore like a Magic and Bird where things are inextricably linked. I think not just from the battle, but Drake, Kendrick, and Cole are linked right now, whether they like it or not, just because they're known as the top rappers. Like they are the big 3. Like, you know what I mean? And that's sad because there's not much out there under them.
Yeah, it does feel like top heavy.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, there'll be a great rapper and he'd be like 15th on the list back in the day. And it'd be like Redman is one of like the
Right, that's what I'm
tier.
saying. Like Kendrick, he could have been a dope rapper back then, but he wouldn't have been like number 1. There'd have been so many other people before him. You know why? Because also what mattered in my day, that matters much less now, is the type of person that you were. You see, like, you could rap your ass off, but if you didn't have that certain charisma, it's not happening for you, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just not happening for you. Common, he used to rap his ass off, but he wasn't as charismatic as some of these other rappers out here. And I think in his rap career, that made him peak at a certain place. You know what I mean? Whereas you have rappers with less talent, and this is something that's been going into the new, where now they're doing the opposite. So now it's less talent, more charisma. In my day, you needed a better balance. You see what I'm saying? It couldn't be all charisma. Couldn't be all talent either, though. You know what I mean? You needed a nice balance of both in order to fly in my generation.